G'day everyone, Oscar from 3 Monkeys here, just taking you through a few helpful tips and tricks when it comes to registering your Snowflake software. Now this short video does assume a few things, the main one being that you have your Snowflake software installed and you might be having a few issues maybe either registering the software or you have multiple licenses that you're looking to manage. So at the end of this video you should be a little bit more conversant with how the whole registration process works, where to go, and if you are your designated ICT person or you're doing IT back-end support, you've got a bit more of a concrete idea on how you can actually manage the licenses of your staff. Now, if you have your Snowflake software installed and you've started it for the first time, you may see a screen like we've got on our computer screen at the moment. Here we have the option to enter our email and password. That's only if we already have our Snowflake account created. If we don't have an account, that's no worries. We can just click on the option that says click here to register. Clicking on that will open up your web browser and take you automatically to the EduTouch Snowflake sign up page. From here, we can enter our email. This email is the email that will be tied to our account. We can then enter our password. We then click register. After you have clicked register, you will receive an email from the EduTouch team to register and activate your account. After you have completed this process, you'll be ready to register your license key of Snowflake. After you have created your EduTouch account, you can use it to log into the EduTouch account portal. Logging in is a simple and straightforward process. All you have to do is go to the following URL, account.edutouch.com. Clicking on that will take you to the page you can see before you. Logging in is a very straightforward process. All we have to do is enter our email and our password. After we have logged in, you can see the first screen that we are greeted with is our licenses overview. Now your login will probably look quite different to mine as I've got a few licenses already registered and I've got some that are assigned to computers. We'll have a chat about this in a sec. What we want to do if we are looking to register one of our license keys, we can jump across to the redeem code link, which you can see up the top. Clicking on that opens up the page you can see before us. All we have to do now is enter the license key that we get on our Snowflake license registration paper. The license key is located in the blue box in the bottom quarter of the actual piece of paper. So all I would have to do is enter my license key. You can see where I've typed license key, and then I would hit redeem. Once I've done that, I can jump across to my licenses overview, and you should see 5 green slots like you can see underneath my blue slots here. That tells me I've got 5 computers I can use this current login to log my Snowflake into. Once I have successfully redeemed my Snowflake license key and I have my green slots here, my open licenses, I can now log into Snowflake. I can click out. When I start Snowflake and I'm presented with my login to my EduTouch account, I can log in using those same details for the account we just created. And then I can click the login button. After a second, you can see our login was successful. We can click OK, and now we can start Snowflake and start using all the fantastic resources that Snowflake presents. If your school has purchased multiple EduTouch panels, this means you will have multiple licenses of Snowflake that you can redeem. Each one of these licenses giving you 5 individual licenses of Snowflake. This can become a bit of a hassle to manage in the long run. Do you give your teachers the facility to register their own Snowflake, or do we centrally manage those Snowflake licenses? Generally, most schools will opt for the latter. One person will sit down and register all individual Snowflake licenses and then assign those individual licenses to their staff. This sounds daunting, but it's actually a really straightforward process. Most of the steps we've actually covered in our video prior. So we've opened up Snowflake, we've decided we need to register. I myself, as the manager of the licenses, have registered our Snowflake account. From here, we have redeemed our 5 user license, and you can see we have our 5 open license slots underneath here. All we have to do to assign those licenses to people is move across to the tab that says sub-logins. So the sub-logins page is set out in a really straightforward manner. We can add sub-logins according to emails here, the process which we'll cover in a sec. If I had a CSV file, which is a comma separated value file, often presented in an Excel spreadsheet, this could be a list of all of the email accounts of people who I want to assign Snowflake licenses to. Or I can adopt an existing EduTouch account. Handy if one of your teachers by accident registers their own Snowflake software and you need to make sure that you've got those licenses all for you to manage. Let's assign a sub-login now. Today we're going to assign Emma a sub-login, and this is a pretty straightforward process. All I have to do is enter her email address under the Add Sub-Login option here. And then click the Add button. You can see here that we have this option pop up that says Active Sub-Logins. As you add more and more staff, you will have more and more people listed here. So if a staff member moves, say to a different school, or for whatever reason they don't need access to Snowflake anymore, you can click the Remove button and it will then pull that license away from their account and add that back to your account. Emma will now have received an email from EduTouch account support prompting her to create her own Snowflake account. All she has to do is fill in the details that we filled in before, create a password, and she will have a single license assigned to her Snowflake account. It's as easy as that. Other things that are handy from the EduTouch Snowflake account portal. FAQ is pretty straightforward. It takes you to a couple of very handy hints and tips and tricks in the EduTouch miscellaneous and frequently asked questions area of their website. We can go to Help, and again, Help takes us to a very handy resource that takes us through how we can actually manage our licenses. Downloads takes us to a page where we can actually download the latest version of Snowflake, which is quite handy if someone has lost their EduTouch support USB and needs a copy of Snowflake to download. You can download it directly from here. Otherwise, what can we do from the Licenses tab? If we need to free up a license for, say, another sub-login, or we just have an old computer that we've thrown out and we go, we actually want to use that license somewhere else. In order to deactivate a Snowflake license and free that to an open license slot, all I have to do is click on this little power button you can see here. Clicking on that will prompt you. Are you sure you want to sign out that computer and make this license slot available again so that you can use it on another computer? That's what we're looking for, so we're going to click OK. Once that's done, you can see now I have freed up a license slot and I'm ready to go if I need to assign that to another person. Hopefully this video has helped you make a bit more sense as to how the Snowflake license registration process works. If you ever get stuck or need any further support, please feel free to reach out to us at support@3monkeysav.com, the email of which will be in the description of the video below. Thanks, bye.